Welcome, everyone. It is so nice to see everyone here today. As always, I have Maria Nunes, and Mariana Hernandez, who keeps changing her last name. But welcome, everyone. We are very happy to be here. We're very happy to share this day with you. Now, for those that are pagan in whatever way or shape or belief you have, today is a very special day. It starts tonight. It starts actually the new year. It is when the holiday actually officially starts. All Hallows Eve it's what some people refer it to. Some people refer it to as the Feast of the Dead. Let's see what else. The Feast of Apples, by the way. Yep. And All Hallows Eve, Hallows in general. Now, this is for witches. This is our new year. Although we celebrate December 31st, because why not? You know, we like to celebrate everything, actually. But this is the year where we start fresh. This is the year where we look forward to seeing what we can change and improve in our life, within ourselves, improve around us, and realize what we need to let go, what we need to multiply, what we need to manifest and bring into us. Each one of us does it a little different, but at the same time, the same way. We all do ancestor altars in one way or another. We all honor the dead, whether it's the recent dead or our ancestors or dead that we don't know. We all honor the fall of the sun god that falls into slumber, and we honor the beautiful feminine moon and the night. This is the time where most of us really go and face the dark within us. So we could, hopefully by the time that the spring comes, we have been able to manifest it into light. We have different things, like in the olden times, real old times, in Celtic tradition, they used to take pigs' heads and hang them to offer to the dead. That was their food to the dead. Now, we don't do that anymore. Or at least I like to think we don't do that anymore. But we don't. But, you know, there may be some people that still do it. I can't say yes or no. I'm not there 100%. But those heads were done to keep away the spirits that were negative from coming back. Since the veil is so thin, spirits could go from one dimension to another without having any problems, and there's no real way to stop it unless you set your boundaries on this side and you set the light on this side. They used to celebrate it around this time, but then there was the Catholic Church that came into noticing that a lot of people were honoring the dead, and they were not going through the priest to honor the dead, and they were not doing it in the church. So they tried to put the honoring of the dead, or the Day of the Dead, in May, in April and May. And when that failed, because people were still celebrating Halloween on Halloween, then the church decided it wasn't, it wasn't right. So they put All Saints Day back to November 1st, November 2nd, depending on how it falls in that area. The original holiday was celebrated from October 30th all the way to November 7th. And that gave everyone time. We honored, of course, there was a lot of drinking. There's always a lot of drinking in those ancient holidays. It's like, that just, it came with the territory. There was a lot of feasting. There was a lot of going to gather the last harvest. And what they would do is they would leave their fires in their home to die down. They would gather all of the last of the food that they could gather. And then they would come, all the villagers would go together into the center of the town, where there would be a huge bonfire. Now, this bonfire was where they would take, at the end of the night, a stick, light it, and take it back and light their fire back in the home, which represented a new year, a new beginning. Because at night in the winter months, they had to keep that fire going all the time, because by the time that you restart that fire, you could have frozen. Mm-hmm. So they had to keep that going. But that was one of the things that they did the most. And the representation of relighting a fire with brand new wood, brand new everything, meant a lot, meant that they were ready to start new. They were ready to get whatever they needed to get. And that was also honoring the fact that the night had come in, that the longer days, the longer nights had come in, and the days were shorter, and that they would have enough wood to last them through all the darker months, through the winter months, depending on, what area you were. It was a little colder, a little warmer, but still darker. And they would hang scary stuff right outside their doorway, so the spirits would never come into their home. And that is where basically the scary masks and the dressing scary, ghosts, and all that other stuff came into play. They would then, when the church moved All Saints Day or Halloween back to where it belonged, the kids started wearing scary stuff so they could then push away and keep the scary, bad monsters away. Monsters in the closet, so to speak, or under the bed. They would, make sure that they would show their mask so the monsters under there would see the mask and run away. This is not just a holiday for kids, although it has turned into, a holiday where kids just go trick-or-treating, which comes from the fact that in the olden days, people would all gather together, everybody would bring something, and then they would just go like a potluck. You go from table to table and you would pick something. Well, it's the same thing, trick-or-treating. And the kids enjoy that, the parents enjoy that, and that was just the feast that represented a new beginning. Everyone gathered, everyone knew that this was the day to start a brand new year, brand new day. There's a lot of other magical stuff that go with it. The veil is thin. This is best time to manifest or to do your rituals for manifestation. This is the best time to contact your loved ones and honor them and speak to them and have them come and visit you, whether in dreams or while you're awake. It's all around, for me, one of the most magical days. This is one of the highest days in all of my holidays, because I get to speak to whoever I want to speak to. Not that I don't usually, but it's easier. I don't have to really, take too much time. And I just say, okay, mom, boom, there she is. Not that she isn't usually, but she's bothering me. But anyway, it's a lot easier to now tell her, hey, mom, you got to cut it out. You cannot keep coming at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I still need my sleep. So, it's that kind of thing. It is the day that you have a vigil for those that have passed and bless them as they have blessed you in your life.
Yeah.
Mariana, you got anything to add to that?
Yes.
Of course.
To me, I agree with you, Glenda, because since I was a child, to me, Halloween never represented just a trick or treat kind of thing. It always represented the dawning of a new beginning. And always represented like the day of rest, almost like the Shabbat of the year. That is what I call Hallows Eve, the beginning of the Shabbat of the year. And I usually, make my passage and my pilgrimage to Salem every single year. This year, unfortunately, it was not the case. But, I go hold Salem very dear to my heart as usual. And so for me, this is the beginning of the new beginning. And I feel like in this year, many of us have gone through tremendous amount of challenges. And so this is a beautiful moment where we take the next 24 hours with protection and safety and openness within our hearts and our minds to be able to reflect on this entire year, ask the guides for guidance, open our hearts truly to our intuition, holding our faith, and talking to our ancestors, yes, and talking to our loved ones, and just talking to people in general and honoring those that have passed, not only in the last couple of years, but, everybody that we have lost as a collective, stemming from our ancient roots. And kind of just, I feel like this year, it's truly, there's a theme every Hallows Eve. And this theme for this year, and I've been guided this through Newt and through Isis from our ancient origins from Egypt, mostly from the Kemetic sector, that this year is forgive and be forgiven. This is mostly important. And I pulled out an old keychain, I wish you guys could see, that I got from Salem a few years back. I never even opened it. Like, I still have the tag on it, but it came really handy today. And I kept asking Nathaniel Hawthorne for a message for tonight because it was really important. I hold him very dear to my heart. I've been to the House of Seven Gables many, many times, and it's like the most peaceful place I've ever been to in my entire life. It really is. And it was made from the 1668 book. From the year 1668, the House of the Seven Gables. His message, I was asking him for an actual live message, but I read in the back of the keychain. It's actually coming from his book, which I've had collecting dust in the house for many years until today. So I guess he came live and said, hey, listen, here's a keychain that you found randomly laying around in front of you that you've never seen for years. Is one of the most beautiful messages ever. He says, peace overflows from your heart into mine. And so my biggest message for All Hallows Eve of 2022, forgive and be forgiven, and allow that peace to truly flow from your heart into everyone else around you and onto this planet. That's my biggest message. Thank you.
Thank you. Isn't she wonderful? And
So
that is a beautiful, beautiful place. The few times that I have gone to Salem, oh, you know, you could just, even outside, you should sit outside, you
Oh, yeah.
look at it and you get that energy. Oh, it's wonderful. It is wonderful. Peaceful, very peaceful. You're brave to go in October. That's all I can say, Mariana. uh, I have to admit, all the times I've gone, I have been able to escape October. But you know, you're brave to do it, and it's getting more crowded as the years go by.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah. But you know, I go. I usually go anywhere from March till September. Those are the years. I also don't go in winter. I know better. The one time I did go in March, they said that they had to close the schools for 2 months because there was just snow and snow and snow and snow and snow. Yeah. So I was like, I'm glad I went in March and not earlier.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Snow.
it is peaceful.
it really is.
Mhm.
Just to add to that, by the way, the original route, aside from the Gaelic Festival of Samhain, that
Mhm.
begins on November 1st. I did my research. The
Mm.
original ancient knowledge of history of All Hallows Eve actually began in the 7th century
Mhm.
when the
Mhm.
fourth Pope, Pope Boniface, he actually decided to make All Saints Day in early May. So around May 13th, so it's actually mid-May, in the
Right.
Pantheon in Rome,
Right.
to get away from that pagan belief system and to bring it more into the church. So that was the original. And then slowly but surely over the next 2 centuries, that's how it turned back into October 31st.
Wow.
Mhm.
Interesting, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So I said that the Pope had decided, the Catholic Church had decided to do that. But you know what? They don't realize that when it's something that is right and it's the right timing, there's no changing.
Mm-mm.
You could try, but there's no changing.
Mm-mm.
So that's, you know, even the Mexicans, you know,
Mhm.
they're dead, right?
That will never change.
No. So even now we're celebrating it over here in the United States. Come on.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
of
It's
course,
true.
you know, it has turned out to be a party, drinking type of thing, you know, like normal, but you know,
It's
it
okay.
starts with the right idea.
It starts with the right intention. That's all that matters.
Mhm. And Maria,
Mary.
Mary.
So I want to talk about the and thank you both for such expertly researched and truthfully felt information about Samhain and Halloween and All Saints Day, because it's all the same idea. We will get it at some point. But I'd like to share the things that I do, the things that I've taught my family. Again, my husband and my son believe in diddly squat. You know who diddly squat is, right? That's the one that they believe in, you know, even though they see and they hear, and boy, do they feel, they run into the room. you know, you know when they felt something or they heard something, because they run into the room and their eyes are this big. And they say, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth, did you say something? Were you in the room? No, honey, I wasn't.
Mhm.
And then you can't help but laugh. But you know, that happens. But they still do this, they still, I guess they humor me and my daughter. We love to go, and this is something that, you know, tomorrow is such a good day to do. And you can even start tonight. Power Stone meditation. We get there's more, but there are some crystals and gems and rocks that you can get that are particularly associated with Samhain. Black onyx, there's amethyst, there's obsidian, bloodstone, and opal. And you can just sit down with them, hold your power stone, whichever one calls you. And if you have them all and they all call you, then by all means put them together. But you know, hold your power. Hold your power stone means you're going to hold your power, and you hold it in your hands. Shift it to your right hand, and then allow your mind to actually try to become quiet. There's no mind in this world that will be still or quiet, or, you know, just quiet, but quiet enough that you can move the stones in your hands, and you can allow that intuition from each stone. Each stone is going to have a spiritual property. And there are people, when I teach crystal Reiki, yes, every crystal has a fairy, if you want to, or fairy quality, or fairy power or energy in it. So you're using something that's alive. And what is not alive on our earth, right? Everything in our earth is alive, guys. This little paper clip, this is a bunch of atoms that are moving together, that are here. Hello, this is alive. Anything that has movement, anything that has enough intelligence to stay in a position, to stay where it is that it's being told to, it's going to have some type of intelligence. So Power Stone meditation is good. A Power Stone journey where you can actually go out and you can walk down a nice trail or hiking and talk to stones that may want you to take them home with you. I mean, how beautiful is that you might find a stone and you sit with that stone, and that's from the stone people. You have stone people, you have and these are nations. You have the stone people, you have the tree nation, you have the star nation. You have a lot of nations on this earth itself that will want to come home with you. And why not? It's like you're bringing nature back into your home. This is a great time to summon your spirit guide. You know, you're sitting under a nice tree, you're meditating, you're getting yourself where you need to be. Open your eyes when you meditate for your spirit guide, because when you have your eyes closed, you're not seeing the clues that nature is actually giving you. And your spirit guide is a spirit guide that is alive. So it could be many different ways that you can come to an agreement of who your spirit guide is. There's herb smudging ceremonies, and you can grow things, and you can have things in your kitchen. Now, lavender, bay leaf, mugwort. That I've got so much mugwort, it's not even funny. But we got sage. You got anything that you can turn into a smudging group of leaves will work. You got the black candle. I like white because it has all the colors of the rainbow, makes white. But you can do black. I mean, you can do so much stuff, and you can draw a mandala. You can, and drawing a mandala, what does it do? Well, it ties up loose ends. You look at a mandala, there's nothing loose on the mandala itself, right? Everything has a start and an end point. Everything is together. Well, if your intention is to draw a mandala to tie up loose ends, what a beautiful, beautiful spell you are actually putting together and creating love in that beautiful spell. You create a mandala. Bring your friends, people that you haven't heard of for a while. Maybe there's a relationship that you want to mend together. That's it. You can tie up that loose end by drawing a mandala. And when you speak into your mandala and what it is that you're doing, what a beautiful spell you're doing right there, made with love. Made with love. There's nothing stronger than that. But yeah, those are the things that we do. We have several. We don't have a very big backyard because the pool took all the backyard. But on the other side of the fence, I have a little statue of the Morrigan under a tree. I have no idea what that tree is, but it looks like a bonsai. But I have the Morrigan there. I have Hecate under the mango tree. I have a little Pan who's also on the mango tree. I have Persephone on the sides of my home. Of course, you know, spiders are beautiful. I am not one to be afraid of spiders, snakes, and rats. But don't give me don't show me a bug, because I will lose it. And while here in Florida we don't have that many ravens, we do have a lot of crows. So I have a few that are made of it's like a, I don't know what you call it. If it gets rained on, nothing happens to it. It's like a caster thing, is it? Like,
cast iron?
yeah, cast iron, but it does get, you know, yeah. So, but I spray painted it, and
Right.
it doesn't, yeah, it hasn't so far. It hasn't gotten any rust on it. But those are all the things that you can do, and you do this. And when you walk, at least when we walk out there, it's magical. We get transported, and then so many things happen. But you can do this. Absolutely. Everyone should. And especially on a beautiful, and not only on these days, but every day. You can do this every day.
Mm-hmm.
Good beginning.
New beginning. You know, I like to put together nutmeg, apple peels, and mint, and let it boil on top of the stove there. It makes the whole house smell so good.
Yes.
And it's easy to find, but that is something that gives you an extra joy, calms you down, and allows you to feel happy, because the peppermint makes you just, you know, ooh, all the smells, you know, fall smells, and then it ties it into Christmas and
Yes.
all that other stuff. So
Yeah.
I do
works.
that quite often, but around this time, it's always there. Always there. Yeah,
Wow.
it smells really good.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then, you know, you could use that to spray. You could always use that to spray later on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Mariana?
I love bergamot
Oh, yeah.
during this time. So I don't like to drink any cold liquids at this time. I like the hot, because I'm a very warm kind of person. I am not a fan of cold weather. I'm not a fan of summer either. I'm the you know, the spring and the fall.
Who doesn't
So
like?
around this time, I drink a lot of like the Earl Grey with bergamot. And then that really, you know, and cinnamon, you know, just also just, yeah, exactly like you said, to feel the festive feeling of fall setting in, that winter is coming, that it's time to prepare.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
That it's
Yeah.
time to kind of stay within that warmth, kind of get your gloves out, your hat out, warm clothing, and kind of just, you know, really reflect on everything. And what's
Right.
the best way to reflect on anything except sitting down somewhere nice and cozy, drinking a nice cup of tea? You know,
Mhm.
it's
Yes.
warm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And, that gives you time for yourself to reflect
Oh, so
because you're
important.
not busy. You're not busy with everything else around you. You're just, but, like Mary is in south of the country. So, for her, a hot drink may mean a little different than for us
Oh yeah.
up here.
Yeah. We got ice water right now. Ice
You see?
water because it's 83 degrees outside.
So it means very different things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But no matter what it is, as long as you find that time for yourself,
Mhm.
so you're not bothered or distracted by other things. The whole idea is to, whatever it is that you do, is to be able to go inside and start the healing, start the forgiveness. Mariana, you said to forgive and accept forgiveness, right? But the only thing you didn't mention is that it has to start with you. You have to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you might have done or you think you did wrong or whatever. And you got to give yourself that forgiveness. So it's the two, accept it and give it. And then once you have that peace within you, forgiving others, that's going to be easy because you're just going to say, okay, it was, back then we were different people, you know, God bless, blessed be, sending blessings, sending light, and that's it. And then you'll be able to cut that cord easily just by doing the forgiveness, just by saying you're forgiven. You cut that cord. You don't even have to do that whole ceremony of cutting the cord and asking Michael and all that other stuff. You do it right there because you're releasing. And it's even better than when you cut cords because not even a nub or nub stays there. And then you got to call some other archangel to come and, take that away. It just goes poof, disappears, and it's like the whole brand new skin. There's no attachments. You don't even see a mark. It's all gone. And, what is the best time to do it now? Right before the end of the official calendar year. Do it now. All those people that you think about, even, sometimes we lose touch with people that we want to continue talking to, but life gets in the way. This is the best time to just send a little note, a little email, a little text, and restart those loving connections. Because, life gets in the way, let's face it. Sometimes we get going, and, one day turns into a week turns into a month turns into years. And, this is why emails are so convenient for me. Because if I remember something at 2:00 in the morning, I can send that email. And I know it won't wake them up, but they'll see it whenever they get it.
That is true.
Right?
That is true.
I mean, I used to have a mentor who, God bless her, she died 99 years old.
Oh, bless her.
98 birthday, she sends me an email. At 4:00 in the morning, she's like, I've been meaning to send you this email. I keep forgetting. And I'm like, you're 98 years old. Like, what? And she was just like, I miss you. Can we get together soon? And I'm thinking to myself, you're in the middle, the other side of Ohio. I'm on the other side of Pennsylvania. Oh, I did take the trip, but it it was like, wow, that's a lot of driving. A lot of driving. But I did see her before she did pass. Actually, she was 90, it was 2 days after her birthday. I saw her, and then a month later, she passed away. But I was glad that that connection stayed for all those years. And I was glad that she forgave me for all the craziness I did. Because, I have been known to be a little stubborn, a little. So when she would say something, I would be sometimes like, okay. And then I didn't do it. And then she corrected me. But, so she knew she was going, and she was taking care of all the loose ends.
Good.
In October. So, because her birthday was October 30th.
Wow.
Today would have been 109. She would have been 109 as she left. So, it's all retrospect. This is the time where we really sit down with loved ones that are living or dead.
Right. Especially the dead. Yep.
Especially the dead.
Especially the dead, because those are connected to Samhain. This is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're doing. And I'm sure that they have forgiven everything we did.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
Yep.
are we any better?
Yeah, exactly. They're already on the other side. They know the reality and the truth of everything.
Yes, they do.
We're just here learning it. But as soon as they step over that threshold, they're like, oh, everything comes to light. So. Yes.
We know you got something to say.
I know.
You guys already know my expressions.
Yeah.
A few years back, I was going through like a whole bunch of challenges and going through my awakening moments. When you first go through your awakening, it's like you're like everything's coming at you. And then it's like, okay, I got it all figured out. And then you come to a point where it's like, I got nothing figured out. Where do I go to figure this out? Right? So I remember I came up to a moment where it was just like, all right, I am completely lost. That's it. I'm at the end of my rope. I don't know where to go forward, where I begin and where I end. So I go to Salem. And where do I go? I go to sit by the Salem Witch Charles. And I was like, no, this is the museum. Like, no, I'm not feeling the energy. So I went by the memorial. And I just sat there, and I remember sitting there, and I came by Rebecca Nurse and her, by the memorial to her. And I remember her speaking to me and giving me channeling in front of the public and the historians of Salem in 2015. She freaked everybody out. It was like 30 people on Halloween night. It was the one time I was there on Halloween. Almost around midnight, and it freaked everybody out.
Right.
And she didn't even let anybody know who it was until she said, well, if you want to see me, turn around. I'm standing right in front of you. And when everybody turned around with me, we saw the tree. And then the historian explained what happened, but we didn't know who it was. So the historian said, well, lead us to whoever is speaking. And when we came up to the memorial, we all found the name. So we knew who it was. Suffice it to say, my entire face changed when we took pictures on the camera, and you could see different evidence that, it wasn't just imagination. So I came to sit by her, and her message to me, which she said just now, kind of relay back to the public. I've held on to that message for a few years. She said, from all the rules of this society, I live to tell the tale to thee. And Glenda, whatever you just said is about to hit right on the nail with that. And Rebecca says, don't hurt yourself. She says, from all the rules of this society, I live to tell the tale to thee. From all the things still left unknown, yet life and death still holds its own. The addition of this year, post-pandemic, was a whole lot of different things. As awakening becomes record numbers, and awakening is stronger now because people, like moth to a flame, people are embracing the awakening now more than ever. She adds forgiveness that comes from within, exactly, and outward. Forgiveness not only for yourself, but for those that came before you. Redemption and vindication for everything that has occurred past due before all of this now, before this momentum, before this timeline, in retrospect to all the ancestors and to the entire human collective consciousness as a whole. So that was the addition. And what she's saying is forgive and forget. It's time to forget in a good way, because when you release, when you reel the cords, when you cut the cords, when you unbind, exactly, when you tie up those loose ends, because we have thousands of years worth of loose ends in the making, that we're going to be still spending quite a bit of time tying them up. She says, well, we're a little closer now than we've ever been. You know, we, from the perspective of the higher power, from her vantage point, and I trust her judgment, I trust her advice from where she's seeing this. She says, we are a lot stronger and a lot more forward in our step to redemption, to that vindication, to that awakening, and to that forgiveness on the whole than we've ever been in the entire human collective consciousness history. So that's a very, very powerful statement.
I believe it. I believe it, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing where all faiths are actually talking to each other. We're not seeing, oh, because this faith and that faith. No, we're not seeing that. There's a much more calm way that we are actually now it's when we can say we have begun to coexist. Now there is much more acceptance. We don't hear it on the news because they're not going to put it in the news, because we get fed a lot of lies and a lot of negative energy to keep us in that negative frequency. But when the proof is in the pudding, you go around and you look and you talk to people, and you actually become aware that there are many faiths coming together. They all each have their own beliefs, but they're actually talking to each other. How cool is that? You know, this is where here we are again talking about the new year. How wonderful it is to keep that going.
Yeah. So there's a lot of new interfaith groups, which they meet. I belong to one of them, and there's a representative of every single belief that is known.
Yeah.
And it's great because when we share, we realize we're basically doing the exact same thing.
Exactly. Here we
We're
are
celebrating the same things. We just call it differently, do different traditions, but it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And here we are being able to talk about everything.
I know. We would have been burned at the stake a few hundred years back. Well, I did, but okay, never mind. It's another story for another day.
It's another day.
Well, so did I, and so did Mary. And that's why we're still talking about it. But you
Yeah.
know what? And just like Rebecca said, so that makes a lot more sense now. I
Mhm.
live to tell the tale to thee.
Mm-hmm.
As
That's
we
it.
all return back to earth to bring Hallows Eve, which in retrospect, if you think about the Latin codex of that word and the Christian origin of that word when it first started, it's holy,
Mm-hmm.
not holy, it's holy.
Holy. That's what it was.
Halloween was considered All Holy Day.
Yes, it
That's
was.
how it was supposed to be. That's how it started. I mean, it really began, honestly, in ancient Egypt, where most of everything began. I mean,
Everything started in Egypt. I'm sorry.
the whole concept of being a witch started in Egypt. The whole concept of magic started in Egypt anyway. So
Yep.
we're really all going back into into Isis and Sekhmet and the Kemetic days, and we're just kind of vindicating everything that was considered a false belief or that was
Mhm.
considered to be dark.
Mm-hmm.
We're just bringing all of that back to being understood as what it is for what it is. And most of us,
Okay.
that's our mission, to bring back the ancient knowledge, but in a more fervent and more positive and in its authentic wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So education truly becomes power
Right.
and not a
Awesome.
tool to destroy and to divide. And
Correct.
that's the
Perfect.
purpose.
Perfect. Yep. That is definitely the purpose. And we are very blessed that we're able to do this. Right? And we're very blessed that everyone here is with us sharing this.
Mhm.
Right? Now I'm going to do a little activation. And literally all I need from everyone is to just close your eyes and say you accept. This activation is just so you can bring in the new year energy. Just take a nice deep breath and say to yourself, I accept. Mayala Vaya Sima. You Mayala Kabul Kitikaya. Tekaya Lumuya Laruya. Yakamaraka. 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 Blessings to all. That's a B.
Could be.
It's simple.
That's how simple as it is.
It is. It's, we do a lot of bells and whistles a lot of the times, but everything is simple. Let me tell you though, I did do a ritual one time with all the bells and whistles, and I did get an answer the next day.
Oh yeah.
I did not want to do all the bells and whistles, but it was a group, all the girls, it was like 25 of us, and we all decided to do this huge fire, and the chief of police lives in the house in the street right back, and he came over because it, there was a lot of drinking. Anyway, and a fire.
Yeah. That would bring one in.
Yeah, but he actually stayed and joined us.
Oh, so he was nosy
Yes.
and he liked to party.
He wanted the party.
It was
Yes. And then we did all of our blessings and all of our intentions and all that. And he actually wrote on a little piece of paper and did his intention and threw it in. Now he's not a believer but he enjoyed that idea of us releasing things.
Mhm.
He enjoyed the idea that we were actually together and not, out drinking in bars or anything like that, but we were just together sharing time. And of course, you know, there was food and all
Who
the
could
girls
say no
like
to
wine.
food?
So there was a, huh?
Who could say
Yeah,
no to
he came.
food?
Exactly. He came for the food. I know it.
Not
Then
me.
we had about 6 houses in the neighborhood. All the ladies came over and everything. So it's very nice. It's hard to do that these days because, you know, things change and all that, but it was really nice. It's really nice. But that was the only time I did a full-blown bells and whistles bonfire ritual.
That's
And
good.
then I got him.
There you go. That's when it all changed.
Yeah, the only thing I forgot was the distance when I requested when I set my intentions. And a month later, he moved, he was already moving down to the Carolinas. So I had to fix that.
Oh,
But,
wow.
mhm. Yep.
There you go.
But this is, like I said, this is one of those beautiful times of the year that the energy is just there waiting for you.
They are. And your ancestors are so up for it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, this is the best time I've noticed for womb healings,
Mhm.
for ancestral healings, for calling them in, thanking them. I mean, what they do back for us. I mean, they do it anyway, but just what they give us back when because ritual, the human brain needs ritual. That mammalian brain that we all have, that needs ritual. And no matter what, I could tell you honestly, I get a white candle, I turn it on, I sit on the floor. I don't have to do a circle. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is bring in my ancestors. All I have to do is bring in spirit. And once they're in there, whatever I ask, if it's going to be good, if it's out of a pure heart, if it
Mhm.
is good for everyone, not only going back my ancestry, but going forward to my ancestry, I know that it's going to happen. And I know that it's going to be given. But the human brain, in order to bring up their levels of positive thinking and to attract that positive energy around us, needs ritual. So when you do a ritual, no matter how small or how simple it is, you can actually, you know, find the least common denominator, guys, and it's still going to work. All right. It's still going to work. It's just you. What are you willing to believe that is going to happen? What are you willing?
Thank you.
And just to
Yeah.
add, I did turn on the white candle.
Oh my God.
And when I say, and I mean it, this is the one big rule in our house, in our family, is candles go on for fire safety purposes. If you can't keep the candle on for the whole night,
Right.
please, it's called LEDs.
Yes.
They're also good in case of very serious emergencies.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, the candles I've learned since actually the pandemic, I would have 2 LED candles on by the bed
Mhm.
on both sides, and
Mhm.
sometimes even in all directions for Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael.
There you go.
And so, you know, like the candles go up, the house gets saged, there's protection. We ask for protection and safety space. It's the one night of the year where we can keep the door open, just like on Passover. And you know, as long as you have that, that's the ritual practice that we've created. Because you know what? This is the one time of the year where it's like a spiritual Shabbat,
Mhm.
where there's absolute peace, and we don't invite anything other than peace into our home, into our lives, and we open, the space for positivity, for love, and for unconditional love and intention.
Mhm.
Open the new year into something more amazing, something more beautiful.
Very true.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Now, why don't we open the floor?
Yes, let's open the floor.
Yes. Anybody have any questions? You're gonna have to unmute yourselves and let us know, or raise your hand, however you want to do that. Okay, Carl?
Yeah, let's continue to pray for peace for the Ukrainians and the Russians. Let's not give up on them guys. Yeah, we want peace here. We got it going on, so let's give it to them because they need it more than we need it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is
Yes.
so true, Carl.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
my.
Carl. I'll do another event real soon. But
Super, thank
they're
you.
always in my prayers, and they're always all of us prayers. We just sometimes it's hard to schedule these things.
Yeah.
But we keep it going. We keep it going. Thank you.
In our hearts, we,
Yes.
I mean, there's not one day that in our prayers, because I don't know about you guys, I know I have morning, afternoon, and evening prayers. So there's not one day that goes through that there is not a special prayer for peace, for peace and comprehension, for them to understand what everybody understand, that is so necessary to have peace. Because you can have peace, but if you don't understand what it's for, you don't understand what it does, then it's not always going to stay. But yeah.
Very
Yeah.
true.
And just to add to Carl, I'm from Ukraine, I'm from Kiev.
Oh, super.
So, I still have family there. My mom still has our cousin there. My mom still has all her friends that I grew up on until I came here, and that used to babysit me. Still have family there. So yeah, not a day that goes by that I don't, pray for that. And I send healing.
Mhm.
There's still, I had to do a lot of trauma release when that war started.
Mhm.
And I used to host Magdalena Chronicles, so we used to do prayer for peace a lot. But of course, there's a lot of trauma in the human collective consciousness altogether that has
Yeah.
to be released while this war is still, going through, in order for us to really establish and seal it and ingrain it in.
Yeah.
This war isn't just a war, it's a byproduct of what we still have to unbind and the loose ends we're still tying up as a whole collective on a historical level. So, yeah.
And to add to that, it's not only to pray for the people of Ukraine, we have to pray for the other side as well. We need to pray that they realize and they receive healing themselves, so they understand that this is not the way, that there is enough love in this world for them as well, for them to have the same thing that the Ukrainians want, that the Africans want, that people all over the world are seeking. We seem to
Yeah.
side only with that one part because it's the underdog. That's what we do. We have to also take the other side, and we have to say, you know what? You need to heal. You need to feel what love is. You need to open your heart. You need to open your eyes. You need to open your comprehension. So I mentioned comprehension, that you can have everything you've ever wanted, but you do it with love, not having a temper tantrum.
Mhm.
Get it with love, with the highest vibrations. So if we send healing not only to them, but we send it to the aggressor, healing to the aggressor as well will sit back at some point and go, okay, because it's going to be too overwhelming. They'll be receiving from everyone and they can't stop love. If there's one thing no one can stop, it is love. No one ever has.
Thank you. Anybody else? Miss Candle up there.
Look at that, how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
It keeps going and going.
I love that.
Love it.
It's just like this candle and the flame, you know, talking about hate and love. Hate, if it brings, I'm going to represent the hate by darkness though, and this love by light.
Miss Loney is a teacher.
Yes, she is.
Teaching moment.
It lights up in the dark, and the dark can't take that away. It lights up the area. But if we're in a room full of light, darkness can't come in with just this little amount and overcome us.
There you go.
Mhm.
So if we keep that little love light burning within us, above us, below us, and around us,
Mhm.
then we can conquer many issues. We can, and as you said, love, you know, love those, shine the light on them, because those that grow up in hatred and wanting to rule everything, I'd have to say I'd have to shine light on them, because some of them I haven't forgiven yet. But at least shine light on them and ask that they see the light, the true light of love, true light. So, and I know I'm being serious.
I love it.
And you see, that was like a confirmation, whether
We
that
got
was
a
cell phone
confirmation.
ringing or a frog,
Or a duck.
whatever it
Sounded like a
was.
duck.
Crickets.
Oh, cricket.
Was
Ooh.
crickets. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's what that was, cricket. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I didn't mute them when I muted everything
Oh, that's
else.
okay,
so.
girl.
That's okay.
That's
But-
okay.
We
Can I-
loved it. We loved it.
Can I ask a question of everybody that maybe if they would just raise their hand and see, you don't have to play or participate, but how many of you truly believe that the light will always win out? Okay. Then how can we do anything else but try to keep that light burning within us? Because we always want to win out. We don't want to lose.
That's what it is.
Loni, that was
Mhm.
beautiful. Wow. And you know, something to add to exactly what you were saying, as you were saying it, aside from the orbs that came out from your ancestors and your grandma on your mom's side, that was popping up on the camera and the video.
They were
screen
all
as we
over.
turned the lights off.
Yeah, yeah.
All over.
Love that, by the way. He had a lot of loved ones there. A lot of
Yeah.
love. You could feel a lot of love in your house. But when you turn those lights off, you could see it because you could see the light. And that's the whole point. You know, one of the biggest messages that Yeshua, Jesus, has ever taught, and that is still timeless till this very day, because words have meaning, words have vibration, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Two things that he's ever said was, can your faith be held hostage? No, it cannot. But the other one, I use every single morning. Like Mary said, she prays in the morning, she prays in the afternoon, she prays at night. I start my day with, I open my eyes to the light. and I surrender to the day with intent. And I go into the light, into the flowing of the abundance through, in, with, and as love. As Yeshua said, open your eyes to the light. Because if you truly open your eyes to the light, how come darkness can't win? Because then you shine the light into every catacomb of darkness until there is no more.
That is correct.
Thank
And there is no darkness that light can't light up.
It
Exactly.
only takes a spark.
That's
It's
it.
only, you can sit in a closet, sit in something that's really dark with no windows in a bathroom, and take an old kind of a lighter and just flick it like a Zippo. And you see that the darkness cannot dispel the light.
That's right.
And
yeah.
just a spark.
Yes, there's even, I don't know if it has happened to you guys yet. My husband loves to sleep with all the lights off. It's like it is okay. My toes cannot hit anything else because I mean, it's just that's how I can get myself around to get to the bathroom. All right, and has it happened to you guys that you are actually just laying there trying to fall asleep, but there is this, you close your eyes and there is this tremendous amount of light that you yourself are creating in your eyeballs?
Yes.
Yes, on the back, and sometimes multicolored lights, and you got your eyes shut and you're going, well, what did I
What am I
just look
looking at?
at? Because I know I had to look at something, because I know I don't have light. My brother would tell you there's not much light up here. But you know, it's like psychedelic almost sometimes. And then you're like, what? I haven't looked at anything for a little while.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that is your level of enlightenment. This is how you know that you are such a light being. You have gotten to that point where you are creating the light yourself. You don't need to turn on a candle. You have created that light. That tells you so much how we are that beacon. We are that light. And we're getting the message that way by our own enlightenment telling us, hello, look what you can create. And that is I think that's one of the most wonderful ways of getting a message. I mean, it bothers at that point, but you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm trying to fall asleep. What the heck is going on? Not tonight. But yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's interesting. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. So I don't see any hands.
I don't see anybody else.
Okay. So we will now say our piece, send our love, send the blessings, and may you all have a great, great time. May you find it within you to forgive yourself above all, and then spread all that energy out. As we go into this beautiful time, let's give them all hell, so by the time spring comes, they see the best in all of us. Have a great night. Blessed be all.
Thank you.
Be Mary
Oh.
Part.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ladies.
So much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, look.
Bye. Bye.
I just have to say, I've become your what?
What?
No, Larry's the what?
He's the what?
Yeah, he's the what.
He's a much better what than I am. Let me tell you. He's the what.
Jay! I see Jay.
Yeah, she's been here for a while.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. I miss.
Oh, he says you could be the what? He'll be the WTF.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, you
I
tell
know.
him that we would give each other a run for their money, for each other's money.
It's okay.
Fun.
There you go. Go ahead.
All right, let's have a little fun.
Let's
Let's
do it.
begin. Let's see. April, your name is coming up. Okay. Oh, you got the two eyes. Wait, two eyes of newt.
Oh,
The newt is telling you that renewal comes to you earlier than you manifested it to be. Your dreams are coming to reality. Stay awake so that you can enjoy it. Intense manifestation is called for now.
Yes.
Oh, we're just having fun. Come on, Lonnie. Let's get you going.
Get me going. Get this party started.
Let's get it. Oh, you get the toe of lizard. Toe, toe of
I would
lizard.
make a comment, but okay.
The toe of lizard reminds you of an important ingredient much needed in your life right now. Lizard toes bring good luck, and this is being given to you plentiful. Starting today until eternity, all you have to do in return is keep your high vibration. Ooh.
Ooh, thank you.
Okay, Miss Ashley, let's see what you get. Oh, Miss Ashley. Oh my gosh, you get the vampire. Oh my, okay. Oh my gosh, when are you going to stop allowing people to drain you? Stop that.
No.
Let's stop that bleeder now, silly. This card has been imbued with only good and savory moments without the vampire. Swipe
Yes.
them off. Shoot.
Amen.
I'm gonna shoo them off.
Amen.
Raven. Well, you deserve some. Oh, you get the candy one. Well, you deserve some candy for the hard work you've done. But don't sit on your cobwebs just yet. There's more to come. Use that sugar rush to keep on going, which you're not getting any younger.
Thank you very much.
Miss Susan. Let's see. Ooh, okay, you get the cauldron. Here it is, the cauldron. Eye of newt, tongue of spider, brow of lizard, breath of cider. Manifestation is all you need to get yourself vibrating higher. Meditate under the full moon and watch your dreams become brighter. It is done.
So mote it be.
So mote it be, right? How about you, Miss Joanne? Let's get you going. Oh, okay. You get the cackle.
The
A
cackle?
ghostly cackle could wake us up in the night. However, for you, dear witchy poo, it only serves to remind you of when you need to heed to spiritual guidance. Follow your intuition. It's always right.
Mhm. Woohoo!
Deb! Ooh. Let's see. You get the affliction. So much is happening right now. You're feeling like a witch with a broken broom. Boo-hoo. It is a busy moment for you, though, and your cauldron is just waiting to bubble up with your beautiful intuition. Time for a good cleansing.
Thank you.
Mr. Carr.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. You get the candles. Woo-hoo. As you light your candles, speak your desires into the flame. The magic alone that comes out of your lips. Carry your intentions like fire to a whip. Be careful what you wish for. Make it good. Whoa.
Oh, okay, I will.
Who else? Who did I miss? Susan? No, I got you. I got everybody. All right. A little fun. Get
You
that
didn't
vibration going.
get Glenda or Mariana or you?
Oh, no, we already got taken care
I
of.
got them earlier. That's
Yeah,
the rated R part of the video. We couldn't.
Oh, Larry, who's over here?
Oh, Larry. Hold on, Larry.
Yeah.
yeah. Larry, what's your thing?
Larry, you get the prank. No, it says life is not handing you a prank. Look at it in a different way. Allow to understand the message so that you know how to steer away from the messes. Meditation, intention, and manifestation. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, I love those parts.
Oh. Ay.
Oh,
It's going an owl over here. All right.